Tony, thank you for the invitation here to Alucast. Now, this is you're a pretty big player in the area, aren't you? And it's not just machining that you do, which we'll talk about in a minute, but tell us what else you do here, because the clue's in the name.
Yes, Alucast is an aluminium die casting business. We're obviously based here in the Black Country in Wednesbury. We've got 105 people working at the company. The main thing we're doing is casting aluminium, as you can see from the name. We've got sand foundry, a sand foundry, a gravity foundry, a pressure foundry, and a low pressure facility as well. And we've now moved into machining.
So you can kind of do the whole process then here, can't you? You can design, develop, cast, and then machine, which we're going to talk about now. Pretty much a new cell that you've got here behind you, several Quaser machines. Why did you install these machines, Tony?
We had to install a number of new machines. We'd picked up quite a lot of new work, and our customers were moving into lightweighting. What that means is they need lightweight materials such as aluminium, and we were at the forefront of that business, getting in new work. Last year we picked up £3 million worth of new work, which meant we got 96 new product introductions. That means that you need the machining capacity to be able to do it. And whilst we had machines here, we needed to expand in that area, and we decided to go with Quaser from ETG to make sure that we had the capacity when the volumes came on stream.
The machining that you're actually doing, can you tell us about what you are doing? Is it quite simple machining processes on these castings?
The machining processes are the normal types of machining processes that you will see, milling, drilling, cutting. But what we're doing is we're actually working with complex shapes now. The shapes that are made these days have replaced perhaps complex welded assemblies, which would have been made from heavier materials. So the shapes that we make in castings are much more complex than they used to be. And that means that we need to use 5-axis machining technology. What that does is it enables us to complete the machining operation at relatively low cost, but do the whole thing in maybe 2 hits. It might take a long time, but certainly it avoids extra material handling.
The actual machining process here with the Quaser machines, when you machine castings, I often worry about things like chatter on the tools, because you've sometimes got thin walls. How do you overcome things like that, and do these machines handle that type of machining quite well?
They do handle that quite well, but of course our engineers are working with the ETG engineers as well. They're looking at when they actually design the process for machining to make sure that the machine itself is stiff, the casting's held correctly, and that the speeds and feeds are at the right volume to get the maximum speed we can out of making the part or machining the part, but to avoid those things that you say like chatter.
I thought it was quite interesting coming into your machine shop. You've been established for many years, and you've got quite a few machine tools in here, different brands. Why Quaser though? Because this is the first time you've had one of these machines, isn't it? And you bought all of them.
But we felt that we needed to move into 5-axis. We felt that the 5-axis offered by ETG and Quaser gave us the value for money that we wanted and gave us the facilities that we needed, and we felt that we could expand using that route.
Let's talk about the return on investment. How good was the decision to go down this road? Have you seen much difference or much growth in your business?
Well, we've certainly seen growth. There's no doubt that we've seen that growth. I mentioned earlier that we picked up £3 million worth of business. Of course, what that means is you've got to have the facilities to do the work, as I explained. In terms of its payback, we're looking at getting good paybacks, but we're very much in the early stages at the moment. We feel that the new machines will give us less downtime than the existing older machines, which do have obviously breakdowns and cause us problems. So we're looking at the service ability of the machines and the long-term reliability, really.
We went to a Quaser customer not so long ago who bought a machine from the engineering technology group. He'd had it 5 years and he'd not called an engineer out once. It was that reliable. So far, are you experiencing similar levels of reliability?
I think I could say that was true. Certainly the reliability has been good. I think there have been maybe 1 or 2 small glitches. These things do come up when new machines are installed, but that said, we're very pleased with the investment we've made. We're delighted to get the 2 new 630 Quaser machines in only 2 weeks ago. The engineers at ETG have helped us out and getting those commissioned virtually straight away, and the one I'm standing by now is actually up and running on parts as we speak.
Was it hard for your guys to get used to 5-axis when they'd had horizontal before and 4-axis, but now we're into 5? Was it an easy path for them to learn?
There's no doubt there's a learning process for everybody, and I think that's still taking place. But generally, you know, the feedback I'm getting from the guys is that they're good to use, they're easy to use, and certainly operators find them straightforward.
Is there anything that ETG could have done better?
You've put me on the spot now. ETG, I think, have been an excellent company in terms of working with. The guys at ETG have helped me out. Certainly, they've been here when we needed them. They've helped us quickly commission the machines. I know them reasonably well. I've been to their plant, and they're a helpful group of people, so there's no doubt that's a plus factor.